Good morning. Hi. Hope everybody has their coffee. Good morning. Good morning. It's a Saturday. It's Labor Day weekend. So much fun. So I'll wait for a little bit, let some people get in here. Looks like may have a couple now. How is everybody? Good morning. So on Saturdays, I will be going live between 7:30 and 8. It just depends on, the morning, depending on what I'm doing. So good morning, guys. Thank you for coming in. I hope you grabbed your coffee this morning. I hope everybody can hear me okay. So I'll be going live on Saturday mornings between 7:30 and 8, just depending on when I get up and around and get the chores done. This morning was pretty easy. Didn't have a whole bunch to do, so started a little bit early. 8 o'clock will be my, for sure, I'll go live by 8. So, but how is everybody doing this morning? Looks like I have 2 people in here and 1 thumbs up. Wonderful, wonderful. So today we're going to talk a little bit about my shirt. It is cha-ching, and then on the back it says, "Have you made a deposit today?" And so I'm just wanting to talk a little bit about how does your life influence other people's lives, and that can go across pretty much any other, no matter what you're doing in your life. Like, are you treating others like you want to be treated? Which, that saying when I was growing up was, the golden rule. Everybody went by it. But nowadays, I use that in my classroom, and kids are not treated as well as they were in previous generations. So trying to teach them the golden rule of treat others as you want to be treated. Well, if they don't care that they are treated poorly, or that's all they've known their whole life, then they're going to think it's okay to treat other people poorly. And so we've got to teach this younger generation, and just anybody, that, what you put into relationships, no matter what that is, friendships, family relationships, work relationships, you have to be the better person. There are going to be days that people are not feeling good. There are going to be days that people have things going on in their life that you don't know what it is. And so you always have to be the better person. You always try to strive to be the better person, even if people in your life are not the same. So that is my topic really for today, and I have a couple other things to talk about on the farm with the animals and what's going on. State Fair is coming up here in October, so entries are due today today for many of the kids, and then also for rabbits, from my end, it's due coming up on the 7th or 15th, I think, of September. So we've got to get those entries in for State Fair. So hopefully everybody can have a good State Fair. All the kids can. Good morning. How are you guys doing? I hope you have grabbed your coffee, and I hope that you're having a wonderful Saturday morning. Make sure you leave a comment so I can see who all's in here. It's showing I have 4 people in here, so thank you so much. I'm blessed that you guys came to spend your Saturday morning with me, and we're just going to be chatting. This is probably my favorite part of YouTube, is getting to interact with you guys and getting to talk to you guys and get to know you a little bit better. I did, I had my 1,000 subscribers this summer. Then I kind of got busy with life, and so I got my video out for my giveaway, and then I got my winners. That video I don't know what happened to it. I've got to go through and see about the editing. It didn't turn out that good because used my camera and I pointed it at the computer screen, and it was really like grainy. It didn't turn out very good quality. But I did have my winners. I had Grant McIntosh, Utter Chaos Family Farm, and so I've sent their prizes out to them. Grant chose to get the jelly and the Lucky Rabbit's Foot, and then Utter Chaos chose seeds. So I just took those to the post office yesterday and got them mailed out. So hopefully they will be getting their giveaways soon. It was funny, the lady at the post office was helping me try to wrap the jelly and put it in the box, and we were like wrapping it really, really tight, trying to make sure it didn't break because, they just throw the boxes. So we got that secured, and then she was looking at my Lucky Rabbit's Foot, and which I don't think I have anymore. I would show you what they look like. But she was like, "What in the world is this?" And so I explained to her, she's like, "Why are you sending random, people?" Because like I had their channel name. She's like, "That's weird." And so I was like, "Well, they're winners. I'm a YouTuber, and I got 1,000 stubs, so that's my giveaway." And so she helped me get those out, and we chatted for a little bit, and she thought it was pretty cool that, I was like, there's a lot of YouTubers here in Arkansas, and it's a new thing, so, I told her, getting 1,000 subs in a year, I never dreamed that would happen. I feel very blessed. When I first started off, it was just posting random videos of my rabbits, and like, whenever I was taking care of them, and just what I was doing. If you watch some of my beginning videos, I'm on my phone, and I'm just taking pictures that I was breeding, and then when they have the babies, I take random, periodic pictures every couple of days of the babies put on the app. And so, people started watching that and asking me a lot of questions. So I'm like, well, if people are interested, I'll try to make it educational. And so that's what I've tried to do. I'm not the best about getting videos out all the time and stuff like that, but I do appreciate everybody that does watch me. And I do this more as a hobby, something fun, and I'm surprised by how many people actually watch me, and that I have 5 people in here on a Saturday morning watching me right now, and so I feel blessed that I can share my knowledge with people, and I feel blessed that anybody wants to watch me. I never thought, when I started, me and my husband were like, oh, if you get to 1,000 subscribers, then, we'll get you some merch, and I was like, I'll never get to 1,000, never. And I really didn't work that hard at it. I did do some grow streams, and I did, talk to people in the community, and that's probably my favorite part. Once I found the homesteading community, the farming community, and started hanging out with those people, they're like-minded, and it's super fun to hang out with them. Hey, Flat Earth Forms, good morning. Thank you for stopping in. How are you doing? I watched one of your streams the other day. It was pretty interesting. And I was watching your... oh, that's my son. I'm so sorry. I'm just saying. He is into Christmas tree. Hey, Bubba, can we turn that off, please? Go over there. Go. He loves his... there you go. Thank you. I don't know. It's like one of those little microphones, and you push it, and it sings different Christmas music, and it's has a little elf voice. And he found that in his room from Christmas, and he is just super excited about it. He loves playing it and singing, but it's really loud and annoying, so I'm sure y'all don't want to hear that all day because it's annoying to me. But anyways, Flat Earth Forms. Yeah, I've been watching some of your stuff, so, it's pretty interesting. I like watching that stuff. Hey, Lethal YouTube, how are you doing? You're just there laughing at me. That's so funny. You better behave yourself or I'll give you a detention. I'm joking. Anyways, I hope you're having a good Saturday morning. It is a nice, long Labor Day weekend. Thank goodness I can just relax, catch up on some sleep, The last 3 weeks of school have been, I don't know, tired. I'm just joking with you. Just don't say anything bad. Yes, it has been very, very hot here. We got some rain last week, I believe, and it cooled us off a little bit. Yeah, I think yesterday, Thursday and Friday, it was actually pretty chilly. My daughter was like, "I need a jacket. I'm really cold wearing shorts." So, you know, it was like, I think it was like 68 degrees, so it felt really nice. But by afternoon, it was up in the high 80s, so it got hot fast. But I wish it would cool down. I'm ready for fall. And fall's easier on the rabbits. They don't get so hot being in the summer heat, and it's easier for breeding and for having babies. So I'm about ready to start getting the cycle for the rabbits going again. I gave them a break this summer and didn't breed them. It's just too hot. Last summer I tried it, and they did okay, but the moms looked really miserable and the babies grew super, super slow. So I gave them a break. I think my last litter was born in June, so early June. And then I did breed for state fair. I bred one doe for state fair, and so she had babies early August. I think the breed date was like July 4th, so she had them around August 4th or 5th. I bred that one so that some of my students at school could show a single fryer or meat pin at our state fair because it's in October and they have to be 10 weeks or less. But besides that, I've given everybody else a break. Most of them haven't had babies since April, and so I'm gonna get out there, do a deep cleaning, and get the cycles going on where I have the rabbits having babies, and have to look at some fair dates for when I need to breed them. That way, they'll be a certain age for whenever it's time for fair, because if you're showing, like for the New Zealand's, there's 3 classes: junior, intermediate, and senior. And you really don't want to show juniors unless they're like right there close to that 6-month age. And then the best time to show them is like at that 6 to 8 month age, that intermediate range, and then seniors, obviously. But you got to make sure that they're old enough by the fair. Hey, how are you doing? Gothmania Homestead. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Thank you for stopping in. I'm so excited when everybody comes in and starts talking and the chat starts really going. It's super fun. So today's topic is, since more people have come in, it's just about like, I got this shirt at a workshop, and it says cha-ching on the front, and then on the back it says, "Have you made a deposit today?" And I think that's really important. How you treat other people. It's like, how is their bank account? So if you just keep taking and taking from people and you never refill that bank account, eventually that relationship is not going to work. So you've got to make sure you make deposits and whatever that may be for your friends, your family, your coworkers. So that way, whenever you do need to take whatever it may be, then you're not just taking more than you're giving. And the whole point is to try to have a full bank account, so always give, always be the person that is inspiring others, be kind to others, and try to build other people up and teach them, especially the younger generation, the whole saying, the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. You've got to teach them the meaning of that, because they really, truly don't know, because a lot of them are not treated very well. And so they think, well, if I'm treated poorly, then it's okay for me to treat other people poorly. So we want to make sure that we teach the younger generation, and even my generation, that you've got to build each other up, no matter what it is, no matter if you're family, no matter if you've been best friends for 10 years, no matter if it's your coworker or your boss, even if you don't like that person, we have to be kind to each other. And, everybody now with social media and Facebook, it's so easy to type it out or, and tweet it out or post it on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat and say mean things to each other, because it's so easy to sit behind this computer and be fake and just, get your frustrations, your stress out on other people because you don't see their faces. You don't see that initial hurt of what you're doing to them. If I said something face to face to somebody that's mean, I'm going to be able to pick up on facial expressions or body expressions that I hurt that person, hopefully. Kids can't do that anymore because they don't have that face to face interaction. And they think it's okay to just be mean because they don't understand that their words actually hurt people. And so we've got to teach everybody that, what you say on social media, what you say in life, it hurts, and you got to be kind. So, just a second. Come here, baby. You want Mama to get you some grapes? Okay. I will be right back. My 2-year-old son wants some grapes. So, just a second. I got him a snack earlier, but. You want this? Sorry, I am back. I made him a snack before we started, but I guess he's still hungry. So, live stream or not, you have to feed your babies. And he's in there watching his Mickey Mouse, and Carly's upset because she didn't want to watch Mickey Mouse this morning. But I told her she could watch 2 of her shows later. They have to share the TV. And then after I get off here, we may go to the park or something that's kind of pretty today. Or the movies. I don't know. They go to the movies. I think they're showing Toy Story 4 at our local, Melbourne theater. Sorry. Let me get these straight. See? Right here, baby. Here you go. Thank you. Say thank you. So, it looks while I was in here that a few people came in. So, sorry I was gone when you came in. I had to get my little son some grapes. He was hungry. So, anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me. But yeah, I just wanted to talk on that note of how to be kind to others, how to treat others. Talk a little bit about the rabbits and the animals. I have a video about our chickens that are coming out. We just moved them outside because they outgrew their tub. That was a mess. So we made a little makeshift pen for them. I'm sure our neighbors are going to love us. But my husband just did some T-post or the metal post and did some of the rabbit wire around it and did 2 layers and then made a little makeshift door kind of thing. It's just temporary because he accidentally bought some meat chickens instead of laying chickens. And so, they have to grow out, and they're growing really, really fast. We actually have 6 of the laying chickens, and they're tiny compared to these meat chickens. All they do is just eat, literally lay in front of the food and eat. So, yeah. So, I am feeding my kids. Anyways, but yeah, the chickens are super bad. So we had to move them outside, and I was hoping we have this other ground grow out rabbit tractor that we have in our backyard. But our dog, it was not dog proof. And so it was just it was PVC pipe and wire for the rabbits to get on the ground and play in the grass and eat. But the dogs jumped on it and then they broke it. Wonderful. Well, can you blame them? They have a little snack there on the ground for them. So my husband made that little makeshift pen, and it's actually pretty nice. And I clipped their wings, which I felt bad, but I guess it didn't hurt them because it's just their feathers. And put them out there, and they seem to be happy. They just run around for the most part and then lay there and eat. So we have a couple more weeks. I think we've had them for 2 weeks, and what I've read online, the meat chickens are ready between 8 and 10 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be an interesting adventure. I really should have been videoing it more. But I haven't I haven't had time. I've been so busy with work, and I've been so busy with the kids and their extra stuff. And I've got to get back on my routine and my schedule, and that has to be able to include YouTube. So it's hard for me just to do the basic things and get to work on time. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, make sure you grab your coffee if you drink it. Look at my cute little snowman. Isn't that cute? I grabbed this one out of there. I'm like, oh, that's a cute one. We have so many coffee cups that are different designs, but my husband will grab them when he goes to work and leave them in the work truck. And so then there'll be days I come up in the morning to get coffee. I'm like, there are no coffee cups. There are none at all. There are none dirty. There are none in the dishwasher. There's none in the cabinet. They're literally all in this work truck. So it's kind of funny. So sometimes I have to get like the styrofoam cups that I normally take to work and drink coffee at home. So because he says that coffee does not taste the same in styrofoam, so he will not drink in a styrofoam. And we've got him the Yeti cups, and try to convince him that he'll take it and not bring it back in. It's just a bad habit that he has. So, do you have a mug? Do you have merchandise? Well, I like mugs. I'm kind of like a little, not really a collector, but I really like different coffee cups, especially cute coffee cups. But I only like big ones. I don't like coffee cups that are small. No, thank you. I need a big cup of coffee. Yeah. And I like the Keurig too, because like a cup, anytime you don't have to wait for it to brew. Which this morning I made coffee in a coffee pot because I needed more than just one cup. But I made a cup in the Keurig first to start out. So it was pretty yummy. I love my coffee. And at work, I have a coffee cart for the kids. It's a fundraiser. And so I have coffee in my room all day. And I found out this last week, I've literally drank coffee nonstop all day long. So I've got to like drink more water because I'm going to get dehydrated. And I'm super hyper. So I'll be up there teaching and I'm like, I can feel myself jittering. So I can't do that. And I start talking super, super, super fast. So it makes me hyper. I don't do very good with caffeine. It makes me really, because coffee is really the only caffeine I drink. I don't drink any other like sodas. I mostly just drink water or tea, and I get the decaf tea. So really, that's the only caffeine I get. And I really don't even like coffee for the caffeine. I like coffee for the warmth in the mornings to try to warm you up and get you going. Because I can drink decaf coffee too. I don't care. So what is everybody doing? It looks like I have 6 people in here and 5 thumbs up. That is wonderful, but not very many people are talking. So are you guys just listening while you're drinking your coffee and just enjoying yourself? Is there a topic that you would like me to talk about that is rabbit related or farm related, animal related? Any questions that you guys have? I know some of you guys don't even have animals. You just like to watch animal channels. So that's really cool. Anything like that. Otherwise, I'll just start blabbering on. That's the great thing. I can just talk forever. Our mini Rex. So this is a spoiler alert. Our little mini Rex that Carly won at the fair. Last week I was telling you that she was due on Sunday. Well, she had 3 babies, and one of them didn't make it. So she has 2 little bitty chocolate babies. They are so tiny. Like the New Zealand's are like, I don't know, like this big. They're like almost as big as your hand. The New Zealand babies, when they're born, they're like the size of my hand. These little mini Rexes are like so much smaller than the New Zealand's. They're so cute, but they're growing fast. I guess because there's just 2 of them, and they get all the milk. But they're so cute. Carly is so excited about them. She can't wait to show them because they're just her size. Oh, you want more? He wants some more grapes. So, excuse me. Get the grapes out for myself. He is a picky eater, so he eats grapes. any fruit. He'll eat any fruit. My son, there's two. He will eat bread and milk, potatoes in any form. And that's pretty much about it. He doesn't eat very much. He's not a great eater. So it's kind of tough to get him to eat things. These grapes were super yummy. If you ever buy grapes, make sure you get the grapes in the back, because I found that at our local stores, people will like just get in there and get a handful of grapes, I guess, and eat them, and then here you go, baby. You're welcome. Someone asked, what level do you teach at? So I teach at a high school. I teach high school chemistry and physical science, and then I also teach a STEM lab. That's 7th and 8th grade. Well, it's 6th through 8th grade. I think my class is mostly 7th. Chemistry is juniors primarily. Sometimes like some 10th graders will take it, not very often. Some seniors will take it so that they can have a 4th science, because they're only required to take 3. But it's primarily, chemistry is a junior 11th grade class. Physical science is a 9th grade class. Now, if we have kids that transfer in, sometimes they take biology as 9th grade, so they'll take chemistry at our school 10th grade. Then you have the people that failed physical science as 9th graders, so you can have, I can have juniors and seniors in there as well. Uh-oh. I didn't get, I don't know if I can see that, the literal stem. I didn't get that off, so he brought it to me. He was like, I need that off. There you go, baby. He's so sweet. Yes. I love him. Carly is making a little tent to watch TV. So she wanted to be on the live stream, but I told her maybe later. I was going to start it off alone and let her come in maybe later, because she's only 5, and YouTube's been weird with letting kids on. I don't know. I've only had one video where they've disabled the comments, and it was a video on the 4th of July with Carly with her little sprinkler saying "Happy 4th of July." Just says something patriotic, and they disabled my comments on that one. I don't know why, because I have my kids in all my other videos, and I even have them in videos without me. But that's the only one I found so far that they disabled it. The only thing I can think of is, we were all swimming, and so she was in her bathing suit, but she was a one-piece, so it wasn't like it was inappropriate or nothing. So I don't know, but I'm not that worried about it. The 4th of July was, a couple months ago. It's not like I'm going to get a whole bunch of people commenting on there saying Happy 4th of July or anything like that. So it is what it is. I don't really care. Yes, Dave. We have FFA and 4-H. 4-H is done more with the county. Our county does the 4-H, so that would be kids that are under 9th grade. So FFA is only for, hey baby, 9th graders and up. She wanted to come in and say hi really quick. Say good morning.
I got a wasp yesterday.
Yeah, she got stung by a wasp yesterday. It was kind of bad. So we have FFA, 9th grade through, seniors. And we have we have probably one of the best ag teachers and ag departments in our area.
And I have one of the best moms. She says,
I love you, baby. You can't prompt her to say things like that. She just says it. Right? She's sweet. But yeah, I helped the ag teacher with the rabbits. I brought that actually to the school so that the kids had the opportunity to show rabbits. I have 3 girls that show some rabbits, and I've helped them find some.
I can't take it out.
So they don't necessarily show my rabbits, but I tell the kids, whatever you want to show, you let me know rabbit-wise, and I will find.
What is this?
That's where I'm watching the comments. have the FFA, and it's really good for the kids. It keeps them involved. It keeps them. I mean, some of those kids get up there at 4:35 in the morning, working with their animals, feeding their animals before they go to class. They can't see me if you're that close. Anyways. I love you. Okay? Alright. Say bye. You want some grapes? No?
I didn't say bye.
Okay, say bye. Hurry. She wants to be in the video, but I told her until I figure out exactly the guidelines, I really don't need her in there. Okay. Go in there and I'll turn on your show, okay? In just a minute. It's almost off. Go. Anyways, yes, thank you. She is pretty darn cute. And she loves doing YouTube. But until I can read up on the guidelines about their kids thing, I know I got like an email about it saying, which I posted my channel as a kid-friendly channel and educational, and it asked me, do you have kids on your channel? And I said yes. I mean, I do have kids. I don't see why it matters, but you know how YouTube is. They change stuff up. So I don't want to get in trouble or get my channel taken down. Alright, go in there, please. Alright, you're just gonna lay here? That's fine. So, but she loves doing her rabbit videos, and she loves going to the shows with us, and she takes care of her rabbits, so she can't quite pick some of the bigger ones up, but she likes taking care of them, feeding them and watering them, don't you? Yeah. Yep. And she loves her little mini Rexes.
We only have 2 today.
What?
We only have 2.
Yeah, we had 2 mini Rexes born, didn't we?
Yeah, not that many.
Not that many. Yeah, we're used to the New Zealand's. They have 8 to 10, sometimes more. And the little mini Rexes only had 2, so it was different. But
yeah, but maybe another time the mini Rex will have 185.
185 rabbits. That would be so hard for the little mini Rex mommy to take care of that many, wouldn't it? Yeah, they're so small, they can't really take care of a whole bunch. All right, go, please. Lay down. Anyways, so has anybody? What are you doing? Get up here. Lay down.
Hello again.
She just loves doing videos. Anyways, sorry about the interruptions. It's part of having little kids. They like to come in. And she doesn't want to watch Mickey Mouse, and that's what Bubba's watching right now. But I told her that they have to share the TV, and they only get limited screen time. They don't get to watch TV all day, and so they get equal split of the screen time. She has to share it with Bubba. No.
Really funny.
Okay.
Even my tongue's red, and after the show goes off, mine and Bubba's, then we go to the park.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the park later. It'll be fun. All right. Sit down. So yeah, she's super excited about going to the park.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on top of the monkey.
She wants to get on top of the monkey bars.
Yeah, wait, I can get a scooter.
Yeah, my husband told her if she could climb on the top of the monkey bars, she could get a scooter.
By myself, if I can get on top of the monkey bars by myself. I got a lot stronger.
Yeah, she's been practicing at school. They have monkey bars at school, and she made it all the way across the monkey bars at school. That's really loud. People don't hear that. Bubba screaming? I'm sorry. He's playing his guitar. He has a little mini guitar. And he's playing it because the Mickey Mouse is playing it. Alright. Alright. Get up here and sit still. So, anywho, I've been off the topic for a little bit. I apologize. Thank you guys for staying in with me. He's really loud singing. Oh, it'll be okay, I hope. If it's too loud, I can maybe change the volume on the recorder. So, how many of you guys have ever had animals growing up or taken care of animals? I know I only had like a dog and cats when I was growing up, and I always wanted farm animals and to show. It just wasn't in the cards whenever I was younger. So I was like, I've always wanted to live on a farm and have a whole bunch of animals. So now that's just making that dream come true. And our kids
I don't know how I got it.
Well, you drank that red drink, right? So we have quite a few animals. Though I do have to get, we're gonna have to cut back. The chickens are just not gonna work for us with where we live right now. We have them in that makeshift pen, but it's just not working. Stop whistling. That's loud. They're annoying. My mother and father-in-law have a chicken coop, so we can keep them down there. But it's so hard to go 10 minutes and take care of them and get eggs. And then we have the tragedy of the dogs eating some of the chickens, so now we don't have any layers yet. They all died or were killed. And so now What's that? Hey.
Yes, I want my
Yeah.
and he died.
Hey she was so good. She would let Carly she would come up and let anybody pet her. She was super cute. But we have our little babies. We've been messing with them since they were born. So they're pretty. They're pretty calm. So maybe we can name a couple more hey-hays. We can just have a new hey-hey.
One new
hey-hey. Well, you can pick which one's going to be named hey-hey. And we'll name another one. We can always have this. Hey, sissy. Go. You're just knocking stuff up. Go. If you want to go to the park, go. Give me that. That's fine. You're going to make it go crazy. Go in the living room now. Thank you. Sorry. That was very loud, I'm sure. Anyways. Oh, thank you. You've got me. You'll never leave. That's so kind. Carly is... I don't think she just got up, so she's still in that cranky phase. If you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. They wake up and they're like super hyper for about 10 minutes, and then they kind of are like, I don't want to get up. Anyways, you've got animals. That's pretty cool. What all animals do you have? You never told me that before. So we have the rabbits, the chickens, we have the goats that are going to be at the school as a companion pet and for the petting zoo. That's pretty much all animals we have. We have our dogs, I guess I count. I don't think pets as like. Hey, Blood X, how are you doing? Good morning. I hope you've had your coffee. You were working hard yesterday on that grow stream. I'm so happy that you guys do that. I just wish I could be more involved on Fridays because I'm working while you're doing it, so I just have to pull it up on my computer, and I can't really talk. But I try to be a silent supporter and at least watch you guys. So, anyways, I hope you are having a great morning. Hey, yeah, I got the little bunnies. The bunnies are really my thing. I really like the bunnies. I don't think I'll ever get rid of them. The chickens, I'm not really that big of a fan of them. They're not as easy as I thought they would be. We've had a lot of loss with the chickens, so that's kind of disheartening. I don't know. It's just the rabbits. which a lot of people will say rabbits are super hard or chickens are super easy, but I don't know. It's just, I guess, it depends on your setup, and we don't really have a setup for chickens where we live, and we don't have the space for them to run, and our dogs like to eat them, so it's just that. Blood X is a streamer. Well, he's a YouTuber, and he does a Friday grow stream, where he's part of a community that does a Friday grow stream, and he does other grow streams throughout the week, and he just does promotional, and he's really supportive in the community. He's a great guy. He tries to connect us with everybody. So people will go to him from all walks of life. So the farming community or homesteading community comes in, the gaming community comes in, all these different, people come in from all over different niches of YouTube to him, and then you kind of pick each other up, and then you watch each other, and you help each other out. And so, it's not a sub for sub, it's a, what do you like watching? So my channel is homesteading, but I also like gaming. So I picked up some gamers, and I watch their videos if they are playing the games that I like to play. And so it's just a place to hang out. Hey, Southern Ohio Prepping, good morning. I hope you have your coffee. But yeah, him and a whole bunch of other people do it. There's Grant McIntosh, there's Linda, there's B&O Outdoors. I know I'm forgetting people. There's Tree Trimmer, there's Redskins, there's Gusta Studios. There's a whole bunch of other, they just all Farm Off Fanatic. I think he was maybe the person that had the idea for it. I'm not exactly sure who started it, but it's a great idea. And so they live stream an hour each on Fridays. And so I think they start at 7 a.m. my time. Anyways, and so one person will stream, and BloodX has so much energy. I don't know how, I would probably have a heart attack. He's just I don't know, so energized when he's on his streams, and it's amazing. There's also Ralph's Trucking, he does it, but they each do an hour, and so they do an hour, and then the other ones try to invite, and everybody comes in and out, and so you can gain a lot of supporters, and if you're trying to grow your channel, that might be a good place to hang out. That way people will subscribe to you, but make sure you do it the right way. Don't just subscribe to a whole bunch of people and ask them to subscribe back. You need to subscribe to people that you're going to watch, that you're interested in, not just having fake, a number, because that doesn't help you any. I did that some at the beginning. I think my first 500 people were not real subs. They were just I didn't know how to do YouTube. And I think that's why my channel, even though I have 1,000, I only have about 100 or so that actually watch me. So, hey, Miss Canadian Scrapper, good morning. I missed a thing up here, I think. Flat Earth is stalking people. That's funny. But yeah. So, and that's how I found Flat Earth forums. Blood came into my screen. A lot of these people come in because they try to support the community. It's all about making those connections, and that's kind of what my message today was for. My cha-ching shirt, cha-ching. Have you made a deposit today? Is can you support each other? So it's a give and take. You can't just keep taking. Your bank account will eventually go bankrupt. You have to keep making deposits, and that goes for everything. You have to be a happy person. You have to treat others really nicely and with respect, and hopefully they'll do the same back to you. But even if they don't, you got to be the bigger person. And it's the same thing with YouTube. If you go on there and you just expect people to follow you and like your channels, and you never go out in the community and support other people back, you're not going to get very far. So you have to just make sure that you watch everybody. And it's hard. It's hard to watch everybody, but you can do it. If you watch a few a day, that's showing support. Or let it run. Find a different person's channel that you're interested in, and let it run in the background while you're doing something. Or just tell them, hey, have a great day. Hope love your video. YouTube is saturated with everything, so you can find some people to watch that you're gonna have common interest in, and then they'll support you back. And that's what all these people here are doing. So it's pretty cool. I'm hoping that once I start live streaming every Saturday morning at around 8, then I'll have more people come in because they'll know this is Grant's Farm goes live. Because I know when the people I watch go live, and I watch them every time they go live if I can. Now sometimes you can't because live happens, but it's just part of it. So guys, if you haven't checked each other out, make sure you do. If you like them, subscribe and watch the videos. If you don't, then don't be that dead sub and just subscribe and never go watch their stuff. That doesn't help anybody. That hurts them. So make sure you're only really subscribing to the channels that you're going to watch or that you're interested in, even if you don't watch them every day. So yes, he actually has some pretty. Snowsauter has some pretty good shows. He has good editing for the age he's at. I was impressed with some of his intros. Okay, just a second, baby. Let me turn your TV. Sorry. I don't see it. I'm trying to turn on my kids' show. I don't see monsters, Sissy. Did I pass it? Oh, where is it? I'm so sorry. Don't cry. I don't even know what this show is called, because isn't it? Is it? I don't see it, Sissy. I don't know where it is. So, hey, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to get my, y'all are hanging in with me. I'm trying to get my kids' shows on. You can hear him crying. I'm super sorry. Bubba, I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. Okay, quit crying. I don't know what show you want to watch. Here, we can watch this right now. Just for now, I can't find the other one. I'll find it later. Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you guys are having a great day. Sorry, it's very, the show went off, so the kids were like, no, and I can't find the one Carly was wanting to watch. I don't know what it's called. We saw it earlier, but we'll find it, Carly. I just can't find it right now. Anyways, now she's upset. That's part of the kids. You want me to just turn the TV off completely? You want to watch this? Okay. So, anywho, I hope you guys are having a good morning, and I hope you've had your coffee. I'm almost out. I may need a refill. So, anyways, Miss Canadian Scrapper, I'm going to check you out because I honestly don't know if I'm subscribed to you or not. Let's I am not, so I don't know. Oh, maybe I am. Never mind. So I am subscribed. Good deal. Make sure I put one of your in your live stream too. It looks like pretty cool. That is cool. Me and my husband have started doing the diving, where we deep sea, or not deep sea dive. Yeah, in Arkansas, we deep sea dive in Arkansas. Where we have a metal detector and we go to boat ramps or little beaches, like lake beaches, and look for just different treasures. We found rings and some money, and we found some other stuff. I think my husband found whole bunch of barbed wire too. So he cleaned that up for now. So. But yeah, he watches some people online that do that, and so we're hoping to go to one of the really local swimming holes where they float and drink, unfortunately, and go down there whenever it's kind of cleared out after the season is up, and hopefully we'll find a whole bunch of stuff. He found some keys too, and I think he found out who they were. But pretty cool. And then the kids that were there swimming at the little sandy beach was like super excited. They're like, "Can we look at the? Can we help you?" And they brought their little shovels over and started digging. So I like that kind of stuff. You can make money doing that. And, clean up old junk and get it repurposed. That's pretty cool. So, Carrie, Ashley, how have you been? I've seen you over at PJ's some, watching her stuff. I love me some Grace Hollow. She's probably my favorite rabbit person. But I am having a great Labor Day weekend. Is everybody else having a great Labor Day weekend? I hope so. Nice 3-day weekend. Hopefully everybody's off. I don't know if there is anybody that's not off. I guess probably fast food people or maybe Walmart isn't closed. So if you work there, I guess you're not off. But I hope everybody else is or has a good weekend. It looks like I got 5 in here and 10 thumbs up. I think that is a new record. I can't remember the most thumbs up I've ever got, so that's pretty exciting. Does anybody have any questions on the farm? So back to showing. In October we have the state fair, and I have a whole bunch. I have like 3 or 4 kids, maybe 5 kids showing rabbits. And so I've been trying to get them ready for the rabbit show and teaching them showmanship and showing them how to take care of their rabbits, how to clip their nails and groom them. Here is this fairground 4-H and FFA groups that get kids. Yeah. So I'm trying to teach those kids how to take care of their rabbits and how to, maybe make some new breeders. Right now they're just having their single one for show, but we have a really good setup at school for the kids, and they used to have a whole bunch of rabbits and breed them, and I think the ag ride teacher is maybe going to let me bring up one of my does, or I have a couple younger does I'm going up that I may donate. That way they can see the whole process of caring for rabbits, and then I'm going to do a little educational bit with the class and teach them how to take care of rabbits, rabbit husbandry or whatever it's called, and then how to groom them, how to take care of them, how to take care of the cages, how to take care of the babies. Kind of what I do on my YouTube channel, but I'll do it with the kids. And so I'm trying to document that as I go. And, that's why I'm doing my Rabbit 101 series, just to help people that want to get into rabbits, because I feel like it's a really good option if you live in a small area and you can't have chickens. Then you can have rabbits, and we have the meat rabbits, so we eat them. But you could have the smaller rabbits and just do a small little 4-H project or FFA project. It's really good. And the rabbit group, so ARBA, they have a lot of youth scholarships for kids that have rabbits, and that they have different projects, and there's a lot of money available for those kids. We went to an FFA show back in August, and the director was talking to one of my students, and he was like, yeah, you're going to have a lot of opportunities for scholarships, because she does rabbits, she does goats, her parents own a honey farm, and so she does that, and so she's done like a honey project, and so she has a lot of opportunities, for scholarships for college, and it's really good for the kids if, they need extra money for school. Then FFA is like where a lot of money is put in FFA, because we've got to know how to grow our own food, we've got to know how to take care of our own animals, because that's really the foundation of taking care of, further
Animals.
Yeah, we got to be able to take care of our animals. We got to be able to take care of our crops and know how to, make food for everybody else to eat. So it's a really good program, and I'm glad that Arkansas is really, really big into FFA, and our school is super big. We're one of the top schools, I think, for FFA in the area out of all the other schools. So we have a really, really good ag-ri department, and our kids have a lot of opportunities to go into an agriculture field, even if it's not animals or food related. They can do welding, and that opens up a lot of opportunities for them to get jobs. Diesel mechanics, all kinds of different opportunities for our kids. So it's pretty neat, and I definitely want to be involved in that and try to keep the kids involved, because if they're up at the barn at 4 a.m. taking care of their animals, they're not all out all night doing mischief, because they're not going to be able to get up at 4 a.m. And it teaches them a lot of life lessons. It teaches them about birth and death. It teaches them about caring for other things. No matter how you feel, you can be sick, but you still have to go out there and take care of your animals. You can't just say, "Oh, I'll do it another day." Like with a garden, if you don't check it every day, then you really don't see that much of it's not going to be as good as if you took care of your garden every day. But you're not going to see a huge decrease. But if you don't take care of your animals,
you don't go to Granny's house and see their garden every day.
Yeah, see, I'm very lax on the garden. I haven't taken care of it very much, and we had a pretty good harvest of it.
And there's lots of weeds in there.
Excuse me. Yeah, there's lots of weeds. But, I've kind of let it go, and it still is growing, and I'm still getting stuff from it. Now, with the animals, if I didn't check them for a day, they're probably going to die, especially in the summer, because they're going to get overheated. They're not going to have enough water. They can go without food for a day. You can go without food. You can go without eating. I'm not saying that you should do that. That's really cruel to your animals. But they cannot go without water, especially in the summer or even in the winter. That the water, helps regulate their body temperature. And so if it's super hot and they run out of water, they're going to have a heat stroke. Or if they run out of water in the winter, then they are going to not be able to regulate and get cold and freeze to death. So no matter how you feel, no matter how sick you are, you still have to go out there and take care of your animals. And that's the other thing is, if you go on vacation or you go on a trip, you have to have somebody that can come and take care of your animals for you. So it teaches you responsibility, and it teaches you a lot. Like Carly here, she knows, a lot about life. We've lost rabbits, and we've cried when we've lost them. And then
Spotted.
Yeah, spotted. But we rejoice when we have new babies born, like the new little mini Rexes. It's like, yay! So, there's life and death, and, teaching it at a young age, it's good for the kids to know that. And it's good for them to know where life comes from, and that you have to take care of others. You're shaking everything, sissy, and you're squishing me. But yeah, we have to take care of our animals, don't we?
Yeah.
And we have to love them. So a lot of people, I've had some bad hate comments. They're like, how dare you mistreat your rabbits by leaving them in that cage? That's so cruel. And I'm like, I just delete the comments. But honestly, my rabbits are probably living the high life. They live the best life until they go. No matter, if it's from natural causes or if it is from us dispatching them to eat, they live the best life.
This caused 3 shows for me because Mama said I want this show. This is Mama's show again.
Okay. Well, you want to be sassy and you won't watch any TV today.
No.
Okay, so don't be graphic. But our rabbits are treated with best respect. They are tame. They're like my little babies, and we know later. Maybe we'll go to the park later. I promise.
When is later?
Today, we gotta let it warm up a little bit. It's cold outside.
No, it's not that cold, Mama.
So we'll go later after this.
Can you see my hair?
Yeah. But you have to eat. You have to have food. So I would rather know where my food comes from that I'm feeding my kids. I would rather know what they ate and what they would put in them, and I know that there's not antibiotics in my rabbits, and I know that they are living in a clean environment. Whereas when you buy stuff from the store, yes, there are regulations, but you don't know what antibiotics or what feed they gave that animal. You don't know how they were treated. If it's, chickens are nasty no matter what. Like, I just thought, ooh, chicken farms are gross. They're stuck in a little bitty thing to grow out. But even our chickens are nasty. And
chickens are not nasty.
They're pretty gross. Their poop stinks, and they poop a lot. And so,
I love chickens.
I like the chickens too, but they're just a nasty animal. And I've cleaned out their pen almost daily, and it's just as dirty the next day. So I guess chickens are just a nasty, dirty animal. And I've learned that. But I know that ours are, on grass. They get to run around now for a little bit.
I have one toy.
But they do grow fast. I guess,
I have one.
They're just genetically growing fast. So who knows? But anyways, I think it's important for us to support our agri jobs and our kids that are interested in those fields. And I think it's important that we, teach kids how to take care of themselves. Hey, baby. And, we've got to be able to take care of ourselves, because you never know what could happen if we go to war, or if something major, a crisis happens. I know I'll be able to feed my family, and I don't have to rely on going to the grocery store. And grocery store prices are being hiked up so bad. We save so much money by raising our own rabbits for the meat and not having to buy chicken and things like that. And then we harvest our deer, so we don't have to buy beef. So we save a lot of money, and it's a financial benefit. And I sell enough of the babies to help pay for the feed, and so it's a nice little revenue, extra revenue.
I love videoing.
You love videoing?
Half of the video, Mama didn't let me be in it.
Because YouTube is having their little things where they don't want kids in the videos.
What?
I don't know. I haven't read up on it yet, so I gotta figure out why. Say, you crazy YouTube, let kids be on YouTube.
Let me kids be on YouTube. Unless smash the green. For real, I'm gonna smash the green if you don't.
YouTube don't even know what you're talking about. But anyways.
Instead, I smash the screen of anything if you
YouTube
don't.
is crazy. They don't even know. Like,
kids are cute.
Yeah, kids are cute. But I don't know. It's part of it, I guess. They own their own company. They can do whatever they want, I guess. Right?
Yeah, but we're still going to have kids on video.
Yeah. What would you do without your kid videos you watch on YouTube?
Yeah.
You're shaking the table so much. You cannot sit on me. You're squishing me. Sit down. There. Oh, hurting my leg. She was sitting on top of me with her boniness.
I'm still going to smash the screen.
No, you're not going to smash the screen and tear up my computer. Then that would not hurt you. That would not hurt no one but us. So, but anyways, hopefully, what are you doing?
Trying to smash.
You're trying to smash the screen. Stop shaking the table. You can't touch the table. You make the screen go, ooh, and you're going to make people crazy sick. All right, stop. So we've been in here for an hour. I think we've got 11 thumbs up. That's pretty good for a Saturday morning. People may be sleeping in since it's Labor Day, or they could be out. A lot of my friends are probably out dealing with their gardens, or, dealing with their animals this early. But this is the best time for me to go live, so you gotta just choose your lives when you're busy. Yeah, Carrie, it's sad. And Facebook is even worse. I mean, I swear, with the pet sales, quit. People can't hear me when you're being crazy. I don't even know. Like, it's really hurt a lot of people on selling their animals, especially like the rabbit forums. And they've taken rabbits, like, pages completely down just for people to try to sell them. I don't know why they think it's so bad. I don't know. I mean, there are going to always be animals that need to be sold, and I guess Facebook just doesn't want to be part of that. I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
I'm mad.
I don't know. It's very frustrating. I had to go through on my personal, like, Facebook fan page and delete all of my, prices that I've had up there, delete any for sale post, because I was afraid that they would ding my channel, because they've dinged a couple of my friends' channel and, like, put them in timeout. And so I haven't had that happen yet, but I just have been trying to post, look at these babies that are 8 weeks old or 10 weeks old, and then people seem to know that is for sale. And so, yeah, pause. I mean, I don't understand PETA, like, especially for farm animals. I mean, come on, where do they think their food comes from? I don't know, they're so uneducated, they just think you go to the store and buy it. They don't understand that something has to die so you can eat it. Or if they're vegetarian, they don't understand that.
I'm going to go to the park now.
I don't know. We'll go to the park, but not if you be interrupting me.
I just want to be in the video.
Hey, Nana Grace, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, Yahoo I watched Yahoo whenever it first came out. I did a lot of Yahoo Messenger, and I did a lot of Yahoo in the early, I guess, 2000s. That was probably the big one to use. So maybe we do need to go back to Yahoo or something, because Google is, I don't know, they're like a monopoly. They are crazy. They're taking over everything. Good morning, Nana Grace. Good morning, Smith Family Ranch. I have merch. If you want to go to my Teespring, you can buy one of my t-shirts. That's a Branson Farm t-shirt. I actually wore it to school the other day. It is pretty good. I'm enjoying this Saturday morning. It's a nice, Labor Day weekend. We're enjoying ourselves. But yeah, I think it's in the description. If not, I will put a link for my Teespring. You can go buy a shirt if you want. I need to redesign it though, because one of my friends bought one and it had a big block there. But if you want one, just talk to me and I will.
Hello.
I have a.
That's my
What is it called?
hand.
My sister-in-law has a thing where she can make the shirts, so I can always just do it myself. I may do that because the Teespring shirt didn't turn out as I was hoping.
Stop pulling my hair off.
Okay, Carrie, that's fine. Go grab you some coffee while you're gone. Smith says, I did a quick 5-minute live this morning in the garden. It was super hard to walk with your phone and be live. Yeah, I did a live once, and it's super hard on your phone, especially to read the comments, and I don't know, it's different. I like the phone because you can go out and not be stuck inside, but it is definitely different. Let me quit. Carly, stop. Please, ma'am. It's not, the link is not in the description. Let's see. Carly, stop, please. I want to look at my Teespring. Let's see. It's been a while since I made it, so they may, I don't know, Teespring's a little, you're shaking everything. Quit. Sit up.
I want to lay on you.
No. Storefronts maybe on Teespring. I don't know.
I want lay on you.
Let's see, Teespring. I think this is the link. Copy it over. Try that. I don't know if that'll work or not. Try that out. See if that'll take you to my store. That should be my store front for Teespring. Again, the shirts I'm not that impressed with because there's like a big black square. I don't know. I need to get my logo where it's just the circle and not because it's the person that made it for me made it like a square, and so like it was white, and then if you put it on a shirt then you have like that outer white. So I've got to get like some editing software and like somehow crop that out. I'm not sure how to do that. My husband said he's gonna work on it. So yeah, it hurt your wrist. I like to go live more often from outside. I need something that won't hurt my arm and wrist while I'm holding the phone. Yeah, I was looking for a selfie stick because one of my friends said that that's a lot easier to go live on your phone, use a selfie stick. And I cannot find one. I have looked at Walmart. I've looked at Dollar General. I don't know if they just quit making selfie sticks. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, the time I went live on my phone whenever we did our family day at Ridge Runner, it was like I was holding it the whole time, and then I couldn't really read chat. It was hard to like, it would like show up and then like go away really fast. I don't know. Yeah, Amazon might have one. I haven't checked Amazon. I honestly forget. You can get those gimbals, but they're pretty expensive. But I wouldn't mind having a selfie stick, especially for when I'm doing some of my videos outside. It would give me a little bit more than like my arms reach when I'm videoing. Definitely got to find something like that. My tripod won't hold my phone. It only holds my camera. So I don't know. I like videoing with my phone if I'm just out quick, doing something, and I use my camera whenever I'm making like actual big videos. So you can get a small mobile tripod on eBay for $5. So that might work. Get one of those, and that way you can set it up outside and live stream outside. I live streamed once outside. I just took my computer out, like my laptop out there. The lighting wasn't really the best. It kind of like washed it out, so it was interesting. But I don't know. I need to look into getting some sort of tripod or selfie stick or something for my phone. That way I can video more outside on my phone and live stream. Because I would like to do that. Once it's not so hot, do like a front porch morning live stream. It gets super hot right now, early, so. Anyways. But yeah, I didn't see you go live though, Smith family. Normally I get a notification. So what time was it? My phone, or my notifications have been kind of weird lately. I don't know why. I have gotten notifications for years before. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe they unsubscribed me. Who knows? Nope, they didn't unsubscribe me. So you're still here. I just didn't get the notification. I hate that. So, who knows? Anyways, your cow is super cute. Is there some noise going on? I don't know what's going on. Can y'all hear that? Is that, I don't know. Yeah, I could hear like a trim. I don't know what that was. Maybe it's because I pulled up it on I opened a tab for my YouTube channel because it wasn't letting me link to your channel. And maybe it was like hearing me talking twice. I don't know. I muted or paused that, so it stopped now. I hope. Does it sound okay now? Yeah. See, I am a weird person. Like, if I'm inside, it doesn't matter. It can be 100 degrees outside. It can be 20 degrees outside, and I'm going to be covered up with a blanket. I'm weird. But go outside, and I don't know, 70-degree weather, I start sweating, and it's hot. So it just depends. I don't know. Inside, I guess where my chair is in the living room, it's like right under the vent, so it's like blowing cold air on me, so I always cuddle up with a blanket. But right now when I go outside, which there was a cool morning this morning, like Thursday and Friday morning when I was getting ready for school, it was chilly. Carly grabbed a jacket to go to school with, but it got really hot really fast, so she didn't need it all day. Yeah, Smith family, if you want to do a meetup, I would be really all for that. It would be super fun. We really aren't that far. I mean, maybe 6 hours or so. I don't know. Y'all said y'all are over there, like kind of close to Texarkana-ish, I believe, if I remember right. So, yeah, that would be super fun. I may go to a rabbit show in Texas. And so if I go that way, I don't know if it would be close to you or not, but that would be a fun way to meet up. I did that with a couple of YouTubers here in Arkansas. We went to Hot Springs for a rabbit show, and so I contacted them ahead of time, and we met up for dinner, and then I went to Paragould for a rabbit show, and they were unfortunately going to the lake to go camping, so we didn't get to meet up, but I got to meet them when they came blackberry picking. So it's fun. I love meeting people and hanging out and that kind of thing. So, Nana, Grace, this morning I was talking my topic kind of for the day was my shirt. I got it at a workshop. It says cha-ching, and then on the back it says, have you made a deposit today? And so it was talking about how the younger generation doesn't really understand the concept of treat others like you want to be treated. You know, when I was growing up, I remember hearing that all the time from my teachers. You know, the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. But kids nowadays are treated so poorly that they think it's okay to treat others poorly. I'm just thinking about you because you talked about the change in clothing and things like that. But it's just a different generation, and I really think it's important for us to always, be the bigger person, be the better person. And, it's actually a joke I found, a chemistry joke I found, but it says, the optimist sees the glass half full. The pessimist sees the glass half empty. The chemist sees the glass completely full of water and air, and I was like, that really hits home to me because a lot of people nowadays just think negative, negative, negative. They're negative Nellies. They complain about everything. And, nothing's worse now than it was 20 years ago. We just can sit behind a computer and type things, and we don't see that, facial expression of that person being hurt or their body expression of them being hurt. And, it's so easy to sit here and type mean things to people we don't like versus saying it to their face. So, yeah, you've heard it before. Well, I mean, some kids have, and especially I think here in Arkansas in the South, we have a little bit more higher morals maybe. I don't know. I may be wrong than people up north. I've never been up north. And I know there are very kind people up north, but whenever I visited, some of them were just really rude. It is considered Southern hospitality for a reason. You can pretty much grab a sweet tea or a coffee and talk to anybody down here that I've met for the most part. Now, I am seeing the younger generation being meaner towards each other, but I think that's just because us adults have not really taught the kids right. We've just kind of let them raise themselves. So I think we really need to do our due diligence to be the bigger person and be the person that is kind to others. Chivalry is like almost gone. open the door for other, holding the door open for others, saying thank you, God bless you. Boys that are taking girls on dates, you don't see them opening the car door for the girls. I know whenever me and my husband started dating, he would open the truck door, I would get in, I would sit there, he would get out and come and open it, and I would get out. Just little things like that. Kids don't do that anymore. Marriage in general is not really held to a high standard anymore, and we've got to teach the generation below us what that means and why it's so important. So, well, thank you, Nana. I'm just trying to help, the little I can, and I teach kids, so I have to be that role model for them. Many of them don't have it at home, and hopefully, just my presence, even if I have it for a year, I can change them and at least let them know how they should act. They may not follow my instructions or do what I ask, but maybe one day once they grow up and get past, into adulthood, they'll remember that and it'll matter. Yeah, Smith Bank, I have my low days too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not always happy. No one is. We've got to give it some more grace. Here, baby. Everybody has their up and down days. Things are gonna happen, no matter what. So Nana says people in the South are nicer than people in the North. See, I hear that, but I've only ever lived in the South. I've visited the North, but just watching your channel, you see, if I hadn't known that you lived in New York or New Jersey, you're very kind, and you remind me of like a little Southern grandma. So it gives me faith that there are other people up north that have good morals and good character for others. I just haven't experienced it. And the people, a lot of people come here in Arkansas for retirement from the north. We have a lot of, we call them Yankees down here. I don't know if that's considered mean or not, but that's what I've been raised. I don't mean it in a derogatory way, but they call us Southerners, so I guess it's just your region, right? I don't know. Some things that I say, kids are like, that's so racist or mean. And I'm like, I don't mean it that way. I don't know what you're talking about. But we have a family that came from up north, and they bought a little lake that we fish at because the people that owned it retired. And they put all these rules and regulations. They're super rude, and I just don't like it. Here, baby. Here's you some grapes. Grab it. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. Sorry. But yeah, they took this little nice lake that we had, and we went fishing, and we would go. It was a free lake, and you could just go fishing, or you could go swimming, or just sitting there. It was just a nice little place, and we all would keep it clean. We keep it clean. We pick up after ourselves. I've never once seen it dirty. Well, they came in and started putting where you to put a boat in, it's $5, and then per person it's like $2 per person in the boat or in the car or whatever. Same thing for the little beach. It's like $5 a person to swim, and I'm okay with that. If they're using the money to make the grounds better, right? I understand you've got to make money so that you can have the money to. I'm sure they had to take a loan out and to buy it, so they've got to be able to maintain it, right? I'm fine with that, but the grounds are so they're not kept up. People just throw stuff on the ground. It's so trashy. We went with our metal detector and was finding barbed wire in the place where you walk into the water on the beach. The people that when you go to pay them are so rude. My husband went to try to pay them, and there wasn't no one in the shack or in the little building, and so we just went down to the lake, and we're like, well, they're not here, we don't know how to pay, so we're like, we'll pay before we leave, most people were pretty honest where we're from. And this guy comes around with like these tickets, and he's like, "Where's your ticket?" And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "You have to have a ticket. You need to pay $5." And I was like, "Okay." I said, "My husband has the wallet. He's swimming. I'd come up, and I was just sitting on the beach." And I was like, "I don't have any money right now." He's like, "Well, you're gonna have to leave." And I was like, "Well, I'll pay you. I just need." I don't have the keys to the car. It's locked. The money's in there. My husband is swimming somewhere. I'm not. I was like looking. I was like, I don't know where he is. When he comes back, we'll come over and pay you. And he's like, well, you're just gonna have to leave. And I was like, okay, sir, I'm sorry. And it was super rude. And so we haven't gone back because of that. And it was like, I don't know if he thought I was lying or if he thought I was trying to take advantage of the situation. I don't know, but any other place I've ever been to, like there's like a whole bunch of lakes up there. They would have been okay.
What? What are you talking about?
Make sure you come pay before you leave or something. They wouldn't have been super rude. And so when my husband came up, I was like, "This guy came by. We need to pay our $5 to stay." And he was really rude. He pretty much told me I had to leave. And he was like, "Okay." I was like, he's like, "Where is he at?" And I'm like, "I don't know where he is." So we went up and got our money and went over to the little building, and no one was there. And so we just ended up leaving because it was a bad experience. And it was pretty trashy, and there was like beer bottles everywhere too. And I don't know, it wasn't like that before. It was just a nice little environment and quiet and clean. So I don't know. It was like a teenage boy. And my husband said he had the same experience, like a bad experience with the same thing when he was docking. Like him and his dad brought 2 boats to dock, and it was like $5 per boat, and then like a whole bunch, like $2 per person, and like there was probably 4 or 5 of them, and
Mommy,
the people
what
were just
are you
rude.
talking about?
A time we went swimming, and it was just a bad experience. They just was rude, and
Who was rude?
the people that owned the place were rude.
Why?
They just were. They weren't nice. So Smith, I saw this. You're from a small town in Western New York, and I remember my grandma being super sweet and nice, helping others when she could. Maybe because my grandparents were farmers. Maybe. I don't know. Nana also says she's from Western New York. The country people are nicer than those in the towns. Now, that may be it. That may just be that the country versus the city. Because we have people in the big city, like in Little Rock here, and they're pretty rude. So maybe it's just, maybe that's it. Maybe it's not a north-south thing. Maybe it's a country environment versus a city environment. So, I don't know. I mean, there are rude people in Arkansas too, but I've just had that one bad experience, and other people have said when they went to New York.
Wherever they could have been in your. Where was you?
We were at Crown Lake swimming. Yeah, you didn't go. It was for our anniversary. We went for our anniversary. You and Bubba stayed with Nana. But I don't know. I just know
Mommy,
the few times I've been up north, it was bad. They were not very nice.
They could have left. You could have just go.
We did leave.
They could have left.
Oh, they could have left. Yeah,
And then you could have gone.
that's true.
And was there a cash register there?
No.
Was there a counter there?
Yeah.
You have just left the money on the counter.
We could have just left the money on the counter, Carly said. I guess, but then we still wouldn't have had a ticket, and so they would have not thought we paid. So, okay, you can't sit on me. You're super, super getting heavy and big because you're a big girl. You're a big kindergartner, and you hurt Mama when you sit on me.
Mommy,
I love you.
Mommy.
What, baby?
We're going to the park.
We're going to go to the park later, not right now.
Yeah, but it's really, you've been talking for a long time.
I know. We're actually maybe going to go to see Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4. Would you like to do that, or you want to go to the park?
I might want to go to the park and get a scooter.
Okay.
A scooter.
We might do that. We'll go. I promise. Okay? So, anyways, I don't know. I guess it's just how people are raised. So, hey, Swamp Acres Homestead, how are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm almost out of coffee. Been going for about an hour and a half. And we've had a pretty steady people coming in. So, sorry, you kind of caught me between my conversation and then my daughter came up and she's wanting to go to the park. And I told her we're going to go, I promise.
And Mommy got me as it for 1 reason 2 times.
So,
Actually 3 times.
Yeah. And then we may go see Toy Story 4 at our little local it's like a little cinema. It's like a one screen. But maybe not. If she doesn't want to, we don't have to do that. Sit up, please.
My belly's hurting.
Go to the bathroom if your belly hurts. Anyways, but yeah, we were just talking about how you should treat others and how, I don't know, I think we came to the consensus that country folk are kinder than city folk. I don't know. Maybe that's not true either. But just that you should treat others better and that you should make sure that, no matter if you're having a bad day or not, you try not to bring that down on other people. Yeah, the Melba. They should be playing Toy Story 4. And I think they're going to have like little Woody and Jessie there for kids to take their picture with. So this weekend, if I looked at their website properly. You're from the city? Well, who knows then? I don't know. It started off with me saying that like Nana Grace reminds me of like a little southern grandma, and I didn't realize she was from New York, and my only experiences I've ever had with people from that state was negative. But I mean, obviously not everybody's like that. Same thing with Arkansas. I guess a lot of people say everybody in Arkansas is inbred. That's not true either. So, yeah. You're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we actually live in a subdivision, but all of our neighbors are elderly and they're super kind and we like it. And we have access to land with both of our parents. Like my dad has land and which he's given it to me now. And then my husband's parents have land. So does your belly still hurt? No? Okay. I guess it doesn't hurt. But, just treating others better than, it's easy to sit behind a screen and be rude and just talk nasty to people. You see it on Facebook a lot. You see it on YouTube. I mean, people have hateful comments. It's just, I don't know why that makes someone happy to just go to people's videos and be mean and just leave hateful comments. It's just, I don't know. If you don't like what you're watching, then turn it off and go to something else. I don't know. I've luckily only had one person. They were out of Europe. It was a kid, and they were like, "You're evil for leaving your rabbits in cages. That's abuse. How dare you have them on wire?" And they're like, "You're gonna die. I hope you die." And so I just deleted it and moved on with the day. And I just, didn't really care. I just ignored them, and they went away. So it was a kid, so they're probably just uneducated in how you're supposed to raise rabbits. Yes, I definitely agree. It's how people are raised. And, sadly enough, I see it a lot in the younger generation that I'm teaching. Many of them are not being raised. They don't know where they're going after school they don't know where they're staying that night. They may be with an aunt one day, a grandma one day, a friend the next day. And so if you don't have that structure and you don't have that family environment or that family dynamic, how are you supposed to be raised to be a decent person? And so you see that a lot. The kids that are come from broken homes and have horrible lives and are always treated poorly. How can you expect them to treat others kindly or with respect if they've never even been exposed to that? And so, as a teacher, I try to always leave whatever troubles I have at home. And when I go to school, I try to be that like inspiration for the kids, and I do my best. Now I have my bad days. You know, I have things going on in my life right now that happen. You know, like my grandfather just had a stroke last week, and he's not doing that great, and it's hard because we got to make some big decisions. And I don't really want to talk about it much with Carly because she doesn't know much about it, but she knows he's in the hospital and she knows he's in rehab and he's trying to get better. But he's completely blind now from the stroke, and he's a big.
He got better. He had one eye asleep, but now.
Yeah, he was not able to see very well, and then we had his cataract surgery, and he was able to see. And it wasn't even, I think, a week and a half, 2 weeks later, and he had a stroke, and the stroke just completely took his vision away. And so it's hard, you know, when you have family that are going through things like that. Yeah, that's hard when you got people on there. Luckily, I haven't had anybody do that. I made the mistake of, I watched this other bunny person, and they have like pet bunnies, and so they were doing a little video on what you should feed your bunny and what you shouldn't feed your bunny, and they just didn't have the right information. And as a science teacher, as a scientist, and I've done a lot of research with the diet for rabbits, they were telling people it was okay to give your rabbits snacks and treats, and that's not true. Their digestive system just can't handle that kind of thing. And so I just made the comment, you know, anybody getting into rabbits, the only thing your rabbit truly needs is some sort of hay and some sort of a good high protein pellet. That's all your rabbit needs. Any treats or anything like that are not necessary. And eating carrots is like not even a part of their diet. That's a myth from television. You know, they eat the carrot tops, the green parts. They don't actually eat the orange part of the carrot because they don't eat the roots.
Why? Why do they not eat the orange?
All right. See ya. Thank you for coming in, Smith.
Why do they not
I will try to be on every Saturday around 8, so make sure you stop in.
Why do they not eat?
Oh no! You have to get a shot. Oh no.
What?
Swampy Acres. They have a shot, and they have to attend. They have a shot they have to attend to. So, but excuse me, sorry. You know, my eye is really burning. I just put on there, you know, just not trying to be disrespectful, but just telling other people that watch their channel, you know, all the basis you need is a good quality pellet. You can use Mana Pro or Pen Pals, 16 or 18%, and then grass or hay. That's all your rabbit needs. It doesn't need treats. It doesn't really eat fruit. And it's bad for the digestive system. It can cause diarrhea. Well, this person commented back on mine, and they're like, you know, I give my treats, and they're perfectly fine. And I was like, yeah, but you're also diminishing their life. They may be fine now, but they're not going to live out their full life because their digestive gut cannot digest a banana. Rabbits are not, that's not part of their natural diet. You know, if you want to give them a treat, then go outside and get them some fresh clover or grow them some fodder. You know, rabbits aren't supposed to be eating bananas and strawberries and water. I mean, that's just not part of their diet. They would never come in contact with that in the wild. And I was like, here's a great website if you're interested in raising rabbits. And I gave them the ARBA website. And, you know, I was just trying to be informative and help them, which was a mistake, I guess, because they were just a pet person. And they came back and they're like, I read that website. That is so misinformed. How dare they use metal cages? That's bad for their feet. It'll cause sore hocks and harm the rabbit. Their dimensions they have for the rabbits are too small. They need a bigger area than that. And I just said, okay, we can have differences. You can agree or disagree with me. Arba is a world-renowned rabbit, organization, and they know what they're talking about. They have many of the officers and the president have background and degrees in animals, and most of them are vets as well. So they know what they're talking about, and they're trying to inform and help other people. And so you have the pet community that thinks, oh, we could just let a rabbit, live in this little fluffy cage with these pillows and these blankets. And what they don't understand is their rabbit is going to chew on those things and get impacted and die. And I just learned after that one comment with that person, you can't talk to pet people. You can't try to educate them. They don't want to be educated, and they think you're evil if you eat your rabbits or your animals, because it's a pet to them. And that's understandable. I told him, I said, all of my breeders are my pets. My daughter and my son play with them. All of the babies we play with, and we handle them. They have the best life possible. Our cages are kept in very clean working order. The wire cages are the best for them because I have hutches that have wooden backs where the rabbits can get off the wire and rest their feet. And they just poop there and pee there, and then it's a big, nasty, stinky mess that flies lay their larvae in, and then the rabbits lay in it and get all that nasty filth in their fur, and it's not a clean environment for them. My all-wire cages, everything just falls through. I give them resting boards that they can get on to get off the wire if they choose to, and they never do. I have hardly ever seen the rabbits get up on the resting boards. They're perfectly fine on the wire as long as you have the proper amount. Like, you don't want to have big wire that they're going to fall through. You want to have the proper gauge of wire and things like that. I've never had any rabbits have sore hocks except for the one, and hers was a genetic issue. It was
Scratch my back on the bottom.
Because of poor cages. She was actually in one of the hutches where she could get up.
Mommy,
I'm scratching it.
Don't scratch up on top anymore. It's too scratchy.
But she had her wood. She had a big wood area in the hutch where she could get up and get off the wire. And she was just genetically predispositioned to have the sore hocks. I even put her on the ground for, I don't know, a while. I put her on the ground, and I never could get, I got them healed up better, but they never fully healed. And that's just because their foot pad doesn't have enough fur on there, and the weight of her caused the sore hocks. And that's what it is. It's not the wire.
What's sore hocks?
It's where they have those little, like, scabs on their feet. It's not the wire that does it. It's their bone structure and their lack of fur and the weight. So it's like a pressure sore. Same thing like people get if they're bedbound. They're not on wire and they can still get pressure sores. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with the wire. So, you can't tell people that. They're not going to listen. They don't want to know.
Scratch up here.
They don't, especially if they're a pet person, they probably have a little rabbit inside in a little mansion, and give them blankets and toys and love on them. And that's fine if that's what they want to do and that works for them. That's fine. I was just trying to educate them that their diet is very important, and if you want to have your bunny not get bloat and not get sick, you don't want to give it treats. And I didn't know any different either. You always see like Bugs Bunny with a carrot and all those things, and it's just not the case. Genetically, they don't need treats. They don't need other fruits and vegetables. They just
Mommy, why does rabbits don't eat the orange part of the carrot?
Well, they just don't. They don't.
I
don't know. We even try to give our rabbits carrots before, and they don't eat them. I don't know why. They just don't.
They eat a bit on the side.
Yeah, but not much. I've tried to give them like cold carrots. They don't care for them.
Mommy.
What? What, baby?
Step your back up
I'm
here.
scratching your back up there. So,
Alright.
but anyways, we've had a good morning coffee talk, haven't we? You think so?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's about time doing the video.
You think it's about time to end the video? I agree. I need to get up and do some stuff around the house
And then go to the
and
park.
go to the park. So
I'm always dressed.
you're already dressed and ready. So I think I'm gonna get off of here.
And I'm about to smash the screen too.
Oh no, that would be bad. But I appreciate everybody that watched, and I appreciate everybody that chimed in. If you're still here, thank you guys. I'll be live again next Saturday morning. I try to do between 7:30 and 8. I do that little window because sometimes YouTube is hard to get the live going. I may have, if I have rabbits that are born one morning, Saturday morning, then I may be out there tending them a little bit longer than expected. So the 7:30 to 8,
I'm about to smash
I will
and
be
bite the
live,
screen.
and
I'm
we
about
can
to
hang out and chat. I'll try to
I'm
come up with another topic for next week.
about to smash it and eat the screen.
You're silly. So
For real. Yes, I will.
thank you, Nana Grace, for coming in. And I appreciate all the videos you do. You have a lot of wisdom as well. I really liked your video over clothing. It really, I mean, that's how I was raised too. My parents would never let me wear pants, and I hated it. And so I think that's part of the reason why I don't wear pants now, or why I don't wear dresses now, because I was forced to wear them. All right. Well, I am going to go, and I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day, and I will talk to y'all next Saturday. God bless.